plan here and while I read the question. It's obviously deadlift analysis. This lifter says, I've been really working on my deadlift, trying to find a good start position where I can maintain a flat back as well as get better leg drive. They say you should start with the bar directly over your midfoot, but that hasn't seemed to be working for me, so I took some advice from Bryce Lewis to move the bar more out away from my shins, not over my toes, but more there, but more so there than to my shins. So far, that outcome looks good, so I would like to get your observation. This is only the first day I've tried this technique, so I'm still learning where I should put my shoulders. This looks pretty good to me. Your position here at the start looks fine, but also let's keep in mind that this is a super easy weight. I mean, you call it an 8 RPE, and I'm not sure if that's like an 8 RPE with a flat back or what, but I mean, in terms of absolute ability, I know that you've got a lot more in you. So this is more or less your start position, which looks just fine to me. And keep in mind the middle of your foot is a little bit of a range. You can be more on your toes or more on your heels and still lift, but there is going to be kind of this ideal balance point, and it's going to be based on the entire system. It's going to be based partly on the length of your foot, but also your body weight and how your body's proportioned, how much weight's on the bar, like all that stuff is going to affect the overall balance point of the system. So what you've got here looks fine to me. If you're maintaining this position, I don't have any sort of problem with what you've got. So I would continue along this line. Now, you also have this video, which is more of a rep set. So one of the issues that you mentioned in your email was the kind of an inability to duplicate the start position every time. Sometimes your hips are higher, sometimes your hips are lower, and that's only natural. Like, that's going to happen. That's part of it. In this case, you're learning a new technique, you're learning a new position. You can't expect it to be, the same every time straight away. So keep practicing it, keep trying to find that position that feels right, and you're going to be fine. In terms of RPE here, I think you rated this an 8.5. Again, not based on absolute failure. It doesn't look like it's 8.5 based on absolute failure. Maybe it's 8.5 based on what you feel like you could do without rounding. And that's fine. That's what you should be doing if you're just converting over to a flat back position. But in that case, I'm not going to be able to provide any real meaningful input on that back position, or on that RPE rather. So hope that helps. Let me know if you've got any further questions.